So I got a quick question. I want to go back just a little bit here. Audio soundbite number 7. Savannah Guthrie asking F. Chuck Todd, hey, Chuck, anything in the substance of this Carson-Cruz-Trump business reporting that Carson was leaving the race? And number 2, is it a smart thing for Trump to attack Cruz on?
I have to say, the more they fight, the more this helps one candidate. Not Ted Cruz, not Donald Trump, but Marco Rubio. The private polling I've been hearing about over the last 2 days post-Iowa indicates that Cruz hasn't gotten a bump, and I think partly because Trump has been beating him up.
Stop it right there. What is this Cruz hasn't got a bump? We just had the story that the Iowa winner doesn't get a bump in New Hampshire. I just regaled you. I just informed you of the story that New Hampshire voters, they do not like to rubber stamp what comes out of Iowa. This is what we're told in the drive-bys today, that New Hampshire voters go in there, and no matter who wins Iowa, they're not going to win New Hampshire. New Hampshire voters go in there, and they make a point to make sure they vote for somebody other than who won Iowa, right? So what is F. Chuck talking about here when he says that the polling data he's hearing about indicates Cruz hasn't gotten a bump? According to these guys, there is no bump coming out of Iowa. So it means one of these things isn't true. And I'll tell you which one isn't true. This silly assertion that New Hampshire makes sure to not vote for the Iowa winner is absolute flat-out BS. Stop and think for a moment how in the world that could be made a reality. Who would organize that? Who sends the memo out? To all of the voters of New Hampshire, all right, Ted Cruz won in Iowa. That means he cannot win in New Hampshire. You know what to do. Now get out there and vote. Really? Is that how it happens? Or does every New Hampshire voter consciously say, screw Iowa, I'm going to make sure that whatever happens here is not what happened there? That what they want us to believe? Of course there's a bump coming out of Iowa. Of course there'd be a huge bump coming out of Iowa for Cruz, especially given how it happened and what the expectations were. There'd be he was supposed to lose. He's supposed to come in second to be a huge bump. Now they're trying to say there isn't a bump, and they don't expect a bump. And yeah, Trump's attacks, boy, they're brilliant. They are really, really, really hurting Cruz. They're not really helping Trump much, and Rubio's picking up the pieces here and really moving forward. Now, here's the next bite. This is Fox News Channel with Greta Van Susteren last night. She's interviewing Trump. She said, what do you mean Ted Cruz stole the Iowa contest?
I think what he did is disgusting. He said that Ben Carson, who's a fantastic guy, had dropped out of the race during the caucus. He had dropped out of the race and vote for Ted Cruz. All of those people come and vote for Ted Cruz, and many of them did. I think it was a disgrace that he did it, and I don't think it should be even allowed. I think those votes should be taken away, and there were plenty of them.
Really? Well, what do we know? Again, I think I know a lot. I may not have heard everything. And now that I've brought it up, I'm sure it's going to happen. Sure as I'm sitting here, somebody in Iowa is going to pop up and say, hey, I intended to vote for Dr. Carson, but when I saw that Ted Cruz said that he was leaving the race, I said, well, okay, I'm voting for Cruz. But nobody has said that. I'm sure since I have pointed it out, somebody's going to pop up now.